And now, another You Can't Comp This episode highlight. Yeah.
So, I wanted to start off today's show with a segment from Generate. So this is from Ryan. So Ryan has been, I would say, instrumental to our show because I'm just continuing my thank you here because basically he's supplied us with original content at our demand. So basically, I email Ryan, and then within the next day or the next week, he gets back to us, and then he gives us.
Or sometimes we just say stuff and we go, "Oh, I wonder if," and he's like, "I heard this episode. Thought that was a great idea. Here's some stats."
Yeah. So just to introduce this next segment. So this all came about when there was a suggestion that LeBron might start signing again because he's no longer Upper Deck exclusive. So
that's right.
The suggestion was, are his older autographs now going to be becoming less valuable? So I put that to Ryan, and then Ryan went through and put some stats together for us. So I'm not going to say each brand, but and I can put these on social media, but what he put together was PSA graded autographs and signatures and BGS autographs and signatures. So he used different word phrasing and searches.
Yeah.
And I just added them together. So I'll just give you the total number. So Kobe's got 25,700.
Yeah.
Jordan's got 18,225. LeBron has got 12,900. Luka has got 16,000. Now this is to me where it gets really interesting. Curry's got 11,000. Ja Morant has got 10,300. Giannis has got 8,750. Zion has got 6,400, and Cade Cunningham has got 3,100. I think he put Cade in there just to keep me happy, to be honest, because of my Cade obsession. So Kobe is ahead by about 7K, which to me is
I think that makes sense to me because
I'm surprised because I heard that he didn't always do all of his signatures, and when he did pass away, there was a large number of redemptions and cards that he hadn't signed, right?
True.
So I'm surprised he got up to the highest ever. So it's a bit unfair to say, he didn't sign all of his cards. He signed
a lot.
And that's only the graded ones, right?
Yeah. That's a lot of cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
No, I do think it's interesting just the numbers, but Jordan, because the Panini era, I just think Jordan's numbers are obviously low because of the Upper Deck affiliation.
Yeah, so I think Upper Deck, and I think also, again, his reputation was that he never did all of his signings anyway.
Yeah.
And I also kind of get the feeling with him now, he's almost too big to be sitting around signing cards. He's really got into that next stratosphere of celebrity and, and businessman. Look, I suppose now he's sold the Hornets, he might have a bit more time on his hands, but...
Maybe that's why he sold them, so he could sign some cards for everybody.
Yeah. So LeBron is 6,000 less than Jordan.
LeBron's numbers do surprise me a little.
Oh, I got Luka wrong. Sorry. Luka is closer to 12,000. I said 16,000. Sorry about that. My maths is a bit shocky.
The thing is that, but you think about Luka, Giannis, who we got? Luka, Giannis, Ja, Cade. They haven't been in the league as long as Kobe, LeBron, right?
Yeah, that's right. So LeBron with a 20-year career has got the same amount as Luka.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Luka's been around for 5 years?
Yeah.
So
I suppose, when you say it like that, that does give me some concerns of the long-term viability of his cards, particularly if he doesn't play out as you predict.
Yeah.
That could definitely mean that his stuff is going to fall off, because even his sticker autographs in lesser sets like, say, Mosaic, they sell for 200, 300 USD. They don't go cheap.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. Curry's the one that really caught my attention because... So, this is probably a very small-minded view on this, but my view on Curry is that they use him for a lot of white boxes and replacements. So, in my head, I thought that he'd signed a lot of autographs. So you can sort of look at that number and say, well, yes, he has signed a lot, because, again, taking to your point of, his career hasn't finished yet and he's up to 11,000 already, but I thought that number would be much higher. I thought that would be around sort of the 15.
Yeah.
So
it's
Ja's got heaps, 10,000, but Giannis is the really interesting one because he had a reputation of holding on to cards, particularly one of ones, and not putting them out. He hasn't got a great reputation for signing. He's made some changes for that, and he acknowledges that, and he understands the importance, and he has actually been signing more. But if you think about his resume, it's stronger than Morant's. It's stronger than Luka's. So I think those are probably more valuable.
Yeah, I think Giannis and Curry are very interesting ones to focus in on there for sure. For sure.
What's your takeaway from those stats?
I think it's interesting with because it's all graded cards only.
That is true.
So we're not looking at the full picture, and we can't look at the full picture. Like you actually don't know how many cards they actually did sign.
That's a good point, mate. Because actually, that might skew the Doncic stats because he's in the era of like high volume grading, whereas the Jordan, LeBron, not all of that stuff.
Yeah. Although that said, you look at PSA numbers, and the three most graded players are Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron, right?
Yeah.
So then the fact that they've got such high numbers of their autos makes sense.
Yep.
Because of just the sheer volume that gets graded of their stuff. I think the numbers will dwindle as if Luka does plateau and dip off. Curry,
when you say numbers, do you mean sales numbers?
Like if he like declines as a prominent player in the league and people start selling out, I don't think as many people, like if the values of the cards keep dropping, I don't know. Maybe they don't. But he could just put an MVP season in and shut me right up, and then his numbers will surpass Kobe because people will grade absolutely everything. But you're right. Steph and Giannis are the ones to focus in on. I think tracking those autos down would be a task worth undertaking.
So let's go full circle and talk about the whole, idea of this project. Do you think that LeBron's signing will decrease the value of his cards?
Nope.
Of his current autographs? Yeah.
Nope.
And I think it's as simple as that, because when you look at these numbers, when you've got 25,000 Kobe's, which is double, basically.
Well, what did we say in the last episode? The going rate for a Kobe Bryant autograph.
The basement is now at 2,000.
So the basement's at 2,000 now for a Kobe auto.
Yep.
LeBron's aren't going down. And Kobe's got the most graded autos.
By a very long way.
Mm-hmm.
Like plus 7,000.
Yep.
So do you think in that case, LeBron's autos are undervalued and Kobe's are overvalued then?
I think the LeBrons are undervalued, maybe. The thing is, because Kobe is no longer with us, like even though it's the slimmest of chances, there's the opportunity that Jordan can sign something. There's the opportunity that LeBron can sign something.
I think that's the suggestion, is that he will be signing again in
Sure.
the near future with Fanatics. Yeah.
What's guaranteed is Kobe can't sign again.
Yeah.
So what we've got is what we've got.
So the other thing that, again, just to set the premise up, which I probably should have done before, but so the reason this has really come into my mindset is because obviously that information came out, but I think we have gone through this very big downturn. Potentially there's going to be more ongoing downturn with, economies, and we're also in the off season.
Yeah.
So you can make a very strong argument. Actually, now is a very good time to be buying a card. So I think
for
this is also what's going through. Look, not that I will be buying one, but I always entertain these sort of hypotheticals and, look for cards.
It's the time of year. It's definitely the time of year to buy. Is this lull before training camps start?
I personally think Kobe being deceased is a big factor into when you should buy a Kobe, because my gut feeling is they'll just continue to go up slowly.
Yep.
Yeah. But in saying that, I probably, looking at these stats, it does make me think that LeBron is undervalued.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. They it's funny with players like a deceased player anyway. But so Kobe Day was Thursday, and I'd be curious to know. sales wise, if that shows an upwards trend.
So my
At the
theory
end
on
of
that
August.
though is that the numbers of sales go up in those times, but the prices don't. And I'm going to stick to this theory.
Okay.
I think people save up for these dates, like what happened with Tatum in the finals.
Yeah.
And the market gets flooded, and the prices actually go down. Like
Oh, look, I'm just curious more than anything. I'm just
I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying to you, like, and add to that. That's my now current theory with all this stuff is, it's actually a good time to buy during those like flood times, not to sell. So, yeah,
possible.
The Zeke on the Zach.
Here is the way that you can get in touch with Russell and myself and be a bigger part of the show. Now, if you follow the link tree to our Facebook group, that is where Russell and I put our mailbags up, our card versus card, our player versus player, our buy, hold, sell questions. All of those will go up on socials, on IG as well, using the handle @YouCan'tCompThis. Now, if you do have a more tailored question, feel free to PM us on Instagram. You can reach out in our Facebook group, and we'll be happy to respond and see if it's something that we can add to the show. Once again, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate the support and love creating this content for our loyal listeners. If you haven't done so already, we'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. So hopefully we see you when we go live. Thanks for watching.